proposal, namely workplace environment and professional development of high school teachers in Ujongan and Ferrol district. The other one is the comparison of students' achievements on paper and on screen. And the last is the level of effectiveness of career counseling program as perceived by the students. I believe that this title is very helpful to the educational system nowadays. So let me start. Environment and professional development of high school teachers in the Ujongan and Ferrol district. Continuing professional development is one of the things that are being encouraged to the teachers, elementary, secondary, or even tertiary. No matter what the nature of their job is, they are asked to continue studying and get their master's degree or even the doctor's degree. The primary purpose of this should be develop the skills and the knowledge of the teachers to be a better educational system. However, this importance of continuing professional development, not all teachers were motivated to take on graduate programs. Most of the teachers who take part in CPD were after the points, incentives, and promotions, which are not the entire purpose of CPD but for career and personal development instead. There are many reasons why teachers do not want to enroll in graduate programs. Some of them are already contented with what they have and do not wish to have more. There are also teachers who claim that they have large workloads that they could not manage to add more to their hectic schedules. On the other hand, workplace environment had always been linked to the teacher's satisfaction in their job as well as their work commitment. In reality, Filipino teachers' workplace environment has been correlated to stress and depression. Teachers' workplace environment has everything to do with their decisions and plan when it comes to continuing professional development. In fact, it was found out that the positive school culture as well the operation of the outside people could largely impact the professional development of teachers. This goes on to say that the workplace environment of the teacher should be carefully assessed in order to cater more of what the teacher have in giving priority in her professional development. In this research, we can describe whether the workplace environment of a teacher could affect her plans in continuing professional development. What is the importance of this study? After we find out that workplace environment greatly affect the plan of teachers in continuing professional development, we could recommend action plan, either formulate a program such as comprehensive training or seminars to our teachers to aware them the importance of professional development in their career. In this study, it will answer the respondents' level of satisfaction with the condition of their workplace. To know the percentage of the respondents plan or who are already taking the graduate programs and percentage of the respondents agree that their plan on taking graduate program is affected by their workplace. My second title proposal is a level of effectiveness of career counseling program as perceived by students. Career counseling program is a program mandated by the Department of Education aiming to give students a vision of their future. Senior high school students were asked to wear something that is close to their dream job and make a description of such. In this way, the students were granted on how it would look like until they achieved their goals in life. In some cases, students were given modules that will guide them in choosing what career path they will take and things that will cost them once they have made the decision. In reality, the students appreciate the career counseling program and value in giving them a wider range of choices on core occupations. However, according to the students, the sources available at their school for career counseling and guidance programs are not very effective. This will be quite alarming as insufficient and ineffective career counseling and guidance could be disastrous to the student futures. As career counseling and guidance programs, interventions were a lot common to senior high school students. These calls for an in-depth assessment for its effectiveness to lead students students into the right direction, the program itself, and the main ways in delivering the program. What is the significance of the study? The study aims to assess the effectiveness of the career counseling program on senior high school students in terms of their what is the socio-demographic profile of the respondents? What is the students' perceived level of effectiveness of the career counseling programs? And we were also to know the comments and suggestions given by the respondents. Was the comparison of students' achievement on paper and on screen. Student achievement is one of the primary reasons why teachers and the administration would do so much beyond the regular job description. There are many interventions given to the students in order to improve their performance. Teaching skills are frequently being monitored in order to ensure that only quality education will be given to students. However, evaluations of the K-12 students in the Philippines indicate that only STEM and ABN students have an average scores in the exam. Other strands, especially the TVL student, showed below average scores. Even with observation, it seems that students' achievement do not improve positively. Although there are some developments, it will be more sufficient for what is expected to a K-12 program graduates. It's the most common way of assessment procedure in the Philippines. However, as pandemic arose, most of the assessment tools become digital, except for those who are using the modular mode of learning. There seems no problem with the switching since the exam is still the same. However, it was found out that students have different approach in this kind of assessment. In fact, it was found out that students perform better on a paper test rather than a computer test. Although the content is still the same, there seems a lacking point on how students to assess. In this paper, the author will compare student achievement using paper and using the device. This study aims to assess the students' achievement on paper compared to on screen of high school students. Specifically, the 6 answers the following questions. What is the socio-demographic profile of the students? And also, what are the scores on the given exam they answered on screen and on paper? Another, what is the comparison between students' scores in terms of mean, median, and mood? What is the significance of the study? The study is beneficial to the following: the administration. They will arrive to the decision in order to maximize education depending upon the results of the study. In this way, the welfare of the students will be taken care of. Once this happens, the performance of the school will also increase. Thus, this will help in achieving a more stable image of the school. The students. The students will be given more attention and their needs will be satisfied. In addition, their learning will be facilitated more smoothly as they will be evaluated in the way most suitable to them. The teachers. The teachers will have the opportunity to create an assessment tool that is suitable to the needs of the students. They will be able to measure students' understanding more accurately, and they will have a more realistic representation of how deep their teaching went into the minds of the students. And for the future researchers, could use this data in the study of their own field of research. I am willing to accept any of the 3 titles to pursue my study and get my master's degree. Thank God and thank you everyone.
Okay. So, good morning, good noon, um, Ms. Fetalvero. You have presented several topics. If you are to choose from the 3 topics, which one will be your first pick?
Good morning po. So, Mama, I rather choose for the first one
the workplace environment, and the professional development of high school teachers in Jongan and Tirol District.
Why?
Because I believe that this study is very much important because let me say that a quality teacher reflects the quality of students. In other words, the better the quality of teacher, the higher students' learning achievement.
Okay, so what gap do you want to address?
Although there are so much researches about the teacher satisfaction, commitment on their work, so there is a research gap na hindi pa rin na-address.
Like
Like
what?
yung um, yun nga, like that I'm going to assess whether this workplace environment greatly affect or relates to their professional development.
Okay, so if you are going to push for the workplace environment and professional development of high school teachers, you are leading to what particular target or goal?
So I am targeting that my goal here is to, after knowing that there are problems, the problems of the teachers, the reasons why they are not continuing this professional development. So after knowing that, so I am targeting that they must continue. They must pursue their master's degree and get even a doctoral degree, not only for themselves, for their professional, but also for the students, of course.
Okay, so let's go back to workplace environment and professional development. So you wanted to correlate the workplace environment to the professional development of the high school teacher. Paano?
So I am using this hard and soft aspect. Pag sinabi po natin yung hard aspect, so maybe we have this, the physical environment. Either baka naman masyadong malayo yung mga teachers kaya hindi sila nakakapag-take ng master's degree. Or other one is the working conditions. Baka naman dahil masyado silang what we call they don't have a proper facilities, and of course the incentive and the salary. And another one is the soft aspect, which is the social climate or the social culture and the workloads or the principal or the supervisor.
So you try to define workplace environment and enumerate the criterion or criteria that you wanted uh, to correlate with professional development. So ang sa akin, how do you define professional development? Because it can come in several ways.
Yes
Professional
po.
development in what particular specific?
Um, Number one is continuing their master's degree.
Okay, what
Another
else?
one is the using these seminars or
Okay.
researches, of course, and the action. Another one
Attendance,
is
sandali. Attendance to training or seminar.
yes
Seminar.
po.
Okay. What else?
Um, using they may use also this platform the online education using the YouTubes like that one.
Okay, uh, so how do you call that? Availment of or self-directed na yon.
Apo.
Okay. Self-initiative or personal initiative to learn or to access reading materials,
Yes po,
YouTube,
yan po.
or whatever. Okay. So continuing master's degree is a personal decision.
Yes po.
Okay. Kaya para bang no matter what the situation is or the environment in the workplace, if you are determined, then you should. No one should stop you. Di ba? So personal decision yon. It's a personal choice. Pagdating dun sa attendance to seminar and training, medyo may contribution yung workplace environment dahil nakasalala yon sa kung papayagan ka ba o hindi o re-recommend ka ba o hindi nung iyong immediate superior o nung mga nakakataas sa'yo. Okay. Yung self-initiated professional development ay bahala ka. Hindi ka makapag-aral dahil wala kang pera o dahil buntis ka at nanganganak ka pa, maliliit pa ang mga anak mo. Those could be possible reasons. But that does not mean you will stop professional development. Okay. So professional development in your study can be defined with three coverage. Yung continuing masteral studies or continuing education or attendance to seminar and training and self-initiated or self-directed professional development. Ipagbangga mo yan siya doon sa workplace and environment condition na sinasabi mo. So, favorable ba yung workplace environment towards or supportive ba towards your dream to pursue masteral studies? Kasi merong mga sitwasyon na ang principal ay iniipit si teacher para hindi makakontinue ng pag-aaral. May mga ganon, pero seldom, very nil naman siguro yung mga kondisyon na yon. O di kaya ay si principal or si school head ay may insecurities doon sa kay teacher na mas mauunahan siyang aangat. So, mga normal scenarios yan, lalo na sa DepEd. Ano po? Okay. So, ngayon, kung pagbabanggain mo yung dalawang yon, bakit? Yun yung what is the end in mind?
Because I want to help teachers.
Who are? What for?
If they realize that they need to attend these three, so of course there is the students will profit in this idea of continuing professional development. The results of my study is very beneficial, of course, to the teachers because that is the number one purpose. I want them not only they will get a higher salary, but also, yun nga, as being professional, either in their emotional, mental well-being.
Okay. So, yung professional development of high school teachers in Ojong and Romblon, isang factor lang doon, yung workplace environment. Itinitweak ko lang. So, baka pwedeng ang iyong magiging title ay, pero the same, dito pa rin ikaw nakafocus sa professional development. Unfolding the journey of professional development of high school teachers in Ojongan, Ferrol District. Tapos, ang mga aalamin mo ay visit the workplace environment. Okay. Ano pa? Yung home support system. Okay. Kasi yun yung mga contributory to the professional development of the home support system. Ano pa kaya ang pwedeng dahilan? Ano pa kaya ang factor na mag-i-influence doon sa professional development ng high school teacher? Pwedeng mag-enhance, pwedeng mag-hinder. So, workplace environment, home support system, maaring yung pandemic. Pero how are you going to quantify it? So,
In this pandemic, it is more advantageous to the teachers
More
because
advantageous kasi online.
yes,
So mag-i-enhance siya. What else? So maghanap ka mag-google ka kung ano yung mga nakakatulong o nakakahinder doon sa professional development ng isang high school teacher. At yun ang aaralin mo natin. Iyon ang ifo-focus mo. So, paano ito? So, sa iyong recommendation sa at the end, ay sasabihin mo na itong factor na to pwedeng ma-overcome sa pamamagitan nito. Ito namang kasunod na factor ay pwedeng ma-overcome sa pamamagitan nito. Itong factor na to, dahil very strong, pwedeng ganito. So that you will be using assumptions and validation later on. So, yun yung aking suggestion. I don't know if there are other suggestions coming from the panel. So, at the end, we will decide by consensus kung ano yung iyong tatahakin. Okay.
thank you po.
Dr. Lims.
Hello, Doc. Good morning again. Magandang tanghali. Naalauna na pala. Good afternoon.
Ay, okay. Good afternoon po.
Magandang hapon po uli sa ating minamahal na President, si Mama. Good
Morning.
afternoon po, Doc Libs,
Good
and sa
afternoon.
ating kay Miss Fetalvero. No? Parang delayed ang aking audio, Doc Libs. Nawawala yata ang aking signal. Patayin ko lang po ma'am ang aking ang aking video, no. Mahina ang signal sa bukid.
Okay po.
Okay. Sige. Miss Fetalvero, again, i-validate ko lang. From the 3 proposed titles which you have presented, alin ang pinaka you think which is very important?
I rather choose po what I
Parang
have said to Doc Manny. The first one, the workplace
The first
environment
one.
and the
Okay.
professional development.
Okay, doon tayo mag-focus, no? Sa iyong workplace environment and professional development of high school teachers in Ojongan, Ferrol District. Elementary or secondary or lahat ng teachers within the district of Ferrol, Ojongan?
Only the senior, high school teachers in Ojongan and Ferrol District.
Secondary. Secondary teachers. Okay, secondary teachers.
222 teachers, more or less.
222. Now, if I may ask, Ma'am Fetalvero,
Yes,
how
po.
do you define professional development?
Professional development is it is the what to say is when you say professional development, it is very much needed in all of us, not only the teachers, because it tells how you react or how you it tells your personality, not only in your work as well as your in your peers.
Sige, Ma'am Fetalvero. No, I suggest that you do more readings on this professional development. The very reason why I ask you to define this is because as I check your SOP, your objective, ang iyo kasing it appears na ang iyong operational definition mo ng iyong professional development ay nakafocus lang doon sa graduate programs.
Yes po.
Okay, while in fact, ang DepEd it offers a lot of professional development programs. Tama ba ako?
Yes po.
Meron
Opo.
tayong online courses, yung mga Simeo online courses, marami. I just don't know sa Romblon kung meron yan. Short courses, no? Kung i-identify mo yung mga professional development programs, I suggest that you identify the different professional development programs na ginagawa sa division ng Romblon, like workshops. Tama ba ako? Okay.
Yes po.
seminars or the webinars. Some of the teachers now, most teachers now are attending conferences, online webinars and online conferences. And then, most importantly, syempre yung research, importante yan ngayon. Isa yun sa that could be considered as professional development program. Now, it depends kung papaano mo ngayong gagamitin yung salitang professional development program kasi sa SOP mo yun lang nakalagay yung graduate programs lang.
Meron din po doc doon sa CPD.
Okay, tingnan ko. Wala sa iyong objectives, wala. Sabi, basahin ko ha, what is the social demographic? Number 2, what is the respondents' level of satisfaction? What percentage of the respondents plan are already taking graduate programs?
Okay po.
Di ba wala?
Hindi, sige po, hindi ko nalagay. Sige po.
Sige. So, akala ko mali ako Sige. Okay. Joke lang kasi kinakabahan ka. Huwag kang kabahan. Okay. We are here because we wanted to align everything before you start with your research, with your study, because we want to help you. And that's the very reason of our existence today, no? Ng panel. Because we want everything to be in perfect harmony, ika nga. Tingnan natin. Okay. Tapos, doon sa iyong SOP, meron kang dalawang aspeto ng workplace. Ang una ay the hard aspect. Tama ba ako?
Yes po.
At ang pangalawa ay ang iyong soft aspect. And I think pwede mo pa siyang himayin sa 2.1.1, ihiwalay mo si physical environment, ihiwalay mo si work conditions, incentive and salary, no? Itingnan mo. Ganon din doon sa hard aspect, yung physical environment, working conditions, incentive and salary. That would depend then sa panel kung alin talaga ang i-approve na title. However, overall, yun na muna ang aking suggestions, no? And I have some comments dito sa iyong manuscript, no? Sinulat ko na. Thank you.
Okay po. Thank you po, Doc.
Okay.
Yes po. Mas okay po 'yun. Mas okay din 'yun. Okay din po 'yun. Of course, after the study, may we request or may we formulate a program that requiring all teachers must attend this either masteral, the webinar, and the other what Mani said, like aside from the masteral is yung self-initiative, self-directive, and not only the teachers, but also the principals or the supervisors, they may enlighten their mind that they contribute much in professional development of the teachers. Siguro yun po din ang magkaroon din ng program ang government, not only in DepEd, na kailangan itong mga supervisors ay magkaroon po sila ng tracking, or dapat lahat ng teachers ay nakapag master's degree na, parang ganun po. May I choose siguro po the program?
Um, Tama yung direction ni Doc Libs. Makikita mo na pag nag-iisip ang mga panel, maganda ang napupuntahan. yung sinabi ni Doc Libs na kung ano ba talaga dahil OBE nga ang ating ano. So ang suggestion ko, you create a program para doon sa mga walang pag-asang makapag-aral dahil sa mga sitwasyon na may mga anak na maliliit, may malayo sila ang kanilang assignment doon sa universidad. So pwede kang magkandak ng training. But at the same time, you can lobby via policy recommendation to LGU, DepEd, PLGU to sponsor a scholarship to high school teachers. Nagawa
Yes,
namin ito sa Quezon Province. Dahil ang may-ari nung may extension program doon ang Marinduque State College na hosted na isang private school. Yung private school na yon, ang anak ng may-ari ay sangguniang bayan. Nailabing niya sa ano na nga ba ito? Basta sa Quezon, kalimutan ko ang pangalan ng ano, sa Quezon, doon sa kanilang munisipyo, na mag-sponsor ng scholarship, na kumuha ng scholarship. Kaya ang nangyari ay hindi lang 10, kundi lahat ng high school, lahat ng taga-DepEd na mag-i-enroll doon sa program na iyon ay ang magbabayad ng tuition fee ay
wow.
ang munisipyo. Oh. 'Di ba? Yung LGU fund doon sa kanilang 'di ba may fund para sa education? Okay. Doon nila chinarge, doon nila kinuha. So, pwedeng mangyari. So, by that, parang may assurance na magkakaroon ng pare-parehong chances
Yes
yung
po.
mga high school teachers or DepEd teachers to avail of the professional development, particularly in taking master's program, master's degree program in the future. So, pwede mo yung dalawa ang iyong pagsamahin. Okay? Okay na,
Okay,
okay
so
na Doc
Madam
Libs?
Chair, what will be the title? Or is this a working title
Yun
still?
pa rin yun. Unfolding the journey of professional development of high school teachers in Ujongan Ferrol District. Pero very clear yung output niya na iyon. Tapos, ang kanyang magiging parameters ay workplace environment. So siguro kung mag-quantify natin yung workplace environment includes in the school and the home. So school per se, no, environment, home support system, and workload. Siguro kasi included yun doon sa ano. Tapos, ang iyong definition ng professional development ay continuing graduate program, attendance to seminar, and yung self-initiated programs, activities.
Okay, so with that, Madam Chair, sinong magiging advisor nito?
Ewan ko. Kayo
Doc
lang.
Philip?
Ha?
Suggest ko si Doc
Pwede
Philip.
po daw na lang.
Kayo, si Doc
Madam Chair, baka pwede po
yan. Si
Doc
Doc
Philip na
Philip
lang.
ang advisor.
Ay, ako? Ay,
Opo,
sige.
parang maganda.
Yay!
Okay.
Sige po.
Sige po, thank you po.
So, thank you once again, ma'am, and we are hoping that you could craft the full proposal and be a member of the colloquium for March. So, once again, congratulations, ma'am. We will proceed for the next